voice17104.com. This is Zanetta Wingfield, and you're listening to The Voice17104.com. The Voice17104.com.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here, folks, back at Rick's Place. I'm very happy today. I'm here with Pastor
God bless you. Welcome
Christopher
back,
Thomas, and here at the Voice 17104. We talk about Donald.
Oh my.
That was a delightful day on Tuesday of this week. It was April 4th. And by the way, happy birthday to my cousin Sassy. It's also her birthday. But Sassy Moore, folks, for those who that didn't know her last name, as my baby, as her day was. But I just wanted to wish her a happy birthday. We're here to talk about Donald Trump, the insurrectionist, the leader of the insurrectionist, even though that wasn't what he was charged with. He was charged with 34 felonies in the state of New York. Alvin Bragg, the DA, delightful brother, wonderful brother, held him responsible for his conduct to defraud the United States and the people of New York 34 times. He was charged with 34 felony counts. And as they read them off, I was elated. Because here's a fellow for his entire life. I don't know who lied to him. Perhaps father, mother, I don't know. Uncles. That assured him that he was above the law. Because he had money and influence. Well, that's not necessarily true. As the Manhattan DA showed him, you just can't run around here doing what you want to do when you want to do it. And nobody holds you to account for your deeds and your conduct. He was very quiet in New York. Where was all that brag and bravado that you best known for? No, see, reality set in. That's what happened. You were being brought into a courtroom, arrested, processed, and arraigned, like any other citizen would have been had they committed the acts that you committed. And then nobody in there cared that he was a former president. What's that mean? So the president, former or not, shouldn't be, and I think that was the most ridiculous thing. The DA, what is it, the DOJ, the Department of Justice, has a rule. It ain't even a law, it's a rule. Rules can be changed. It says no sitting president can be indicted or arrested or anything else that hold that responsibility held down responsible for their conduct. They just can't. Where'd that come from? That's something they need to change. So if he's committing crimes while he's, and Donald was, because they have documentation that he was signing checks to Michael Cohen, his then fixer attorney, to make these payments to hide fraudulent activity. See, meticulous prosecutors, good prosecutors, professional prosecutors don't bring flimsy cases. No, they do thorough investigations. And the evidence show they got you, they got you. If it's evidence show they don't, then they don't. Then there are prosecutors out here that will investigate you for 3 or 4 years till they get you. And when they finally put their hand up, they got you. So you don't have good prosecutors. You don't have them, you know what I mean, rolling the dice. No, they're not chance takers. No. They either got you or they don't. They got you, Donald. Make no mistake about this. You're done. When they charge you with them 34 counts and their felony counts, there's not a summary close to that, or they give you a non-traffic citation. No, they give you that. Ain't no misdemeanors in there. You know what I mean? The reason they charge you with 34 counts and proof then because they don't want you to get away. They mean for this to be the beginning of the end of you. And you know why that is, though? Why they went vigorously at you? You created an unhealthy atmosphere in this country. And you kept feeding it and feeding it and allowed it to fester to accommodate it on the Capitol steps on January 6, 2021, an attack on America. Because that's exactly what that was. That was a terrorist act. All about you. Not about the people out there breaking windows at the car. You didn't care nothing about them. Thousands of them went to jail. What you do for them? Oh, I'm gonna run for president when I get to be president. I'm going to pardon you. Donald, you're not going to be president of this country ever again. So the answer to the question is you did nothing for them. After whipping them up and staring on you and your minions, them out there attacking legislators, senators, and you to go there, destroying property, attacking the police, killing the police. You didn't care anything about that. Only you could stay about, but means you were attempting to overthrow the Constitution of the United States so you could remain in power. You wanted a dictatorship. And you as the dictator, you of all people, as the dictator, are not an egotistical maniac. A man who should never, with your personality, attitude, and outlook on life itself, should have never been president of the United States. And your behavior showed it. time and time again while you were in office that you were unfit for that office, the highest office in the land. But you had all them demented individuals talking about how great you are. Let's make it. It wasn't even your slogan. It stole it from Ronald Reagan. Let's make America great again. Well, everybody was confused because they were wondering, when has America not been great? And that was recognized by the people of the world, not by the Americans. Americans, they don't care. They go one day to the next, to the next, till somebody says, oh, we're a great country. America says, okay. And they keep right on going with their lives. So you said, we got people as disenfranchised and nobody pays them no attention. Well, that's us. We've been living with them since we've been here. What are you talking about, Donnie? You certainly wasn't talking about us. You have done nothing for us and had no intention to do it. But the truth is, you had no intention of doing anything for your followers. That's why you stood on that stage during the 2016 campaign talking about, I love the uneducated. I bet you do, because it was all of them on January 6th, 2021, breaking in the Capitol, threatening senators and United States Congress people, breaking in the Speaker of the House's office, stealing her laptop, and she was from Pennsylvania. Still ain't found her laptop. Attack on America. That's why they're coming after you. Do you think you could attack America and she not respond? You're going to feel the full force of the United States government. Even though you had your little minions in there like Kevin McCarthy and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, and there ain't enough of them. Ain't enough of them, Donald. See what happened to your girl, Marjorie Taylor Greene, was when she went to New York. Somebody gave her a megaphone. She started talking. Well, them New Yorkers ran her out of there. Ran her out of Manhattan. The police had to surround her, and civil servants, and anybody else. Get her out of there. Vicious as that guy. They just come to get her. Trumpet. Talking all that foolishness in New York City. In New York. You just as stupid as I always thought you were. And the rest of America thought you were. No way in the world is you, with your outlook on life, with your belief system, on a megaphone, trying to talk to real people whose feet is on the ground, to understand exactly what's happening to them. And you up there promoting your Uncle Donald, all because you want to be vice president of the United States. You want to run with Donald. Well, none of that surprises me. It is surprised me that you would take that foolishness to New York. Now that surprised me. This girl gotta be crazy. Well, that was short-lived because they sure got you out of there. And they probably got you out of there to save your life. Now, you was in the wrong place for that, honey. No, man, you stayed up there. Did you see it? Even Lauren Boebert had enough sense to say, and she's a buffoon. She's an idiot, but she had enough sense that I think she's smarter than you, Marjorie. She didn't go to New York. New York for what? You up for defending a man that led an attack on America. You was part of that too. You was part of that planning. You and Scott Perry too. He right here in the 10th Congressional. He's part of that planning session. And I'm not so sure he shouldn't be charged. But we don't know what the special prosecutor is doing. He's gathering all evidence. So you folks may not be out of hot water either. Think about your conduct and what you were doing when you thought that Uncle Donald walked on water because he told you that. And you believed that lie. Malcolm said all chickens come home to roost. Okay? Justice, the wheels of justice is turning. Wheel of justice might be the fastest wheel spinning. I'm glad it's not. But it takes its time. It's calculating. But it's consistent. And not so much routinely consistent. That's the hobgoblin of the small mind. It's consistent with applying the law when you have admirable, honorable prosecutors, DAs, special prosecutors, men and women of honor doing that job. Equal justice under the law. Equal justice. People that see the rule of law, not the rule of the color of your skin. They see equal justice, not the rule of where you live. Equal justice. Not who your mother and father was. Equal justice under the law. Not how much money you have, not how much power you may wield. If you violate the law on your road to any of these things, you should and you shall be prosecuted. That's what honorable people in those positions as Attorney General, United States Attorney General, local county DAs, district attorneys. Those who are honorable in those positions, that's what they do. They uphold the rule of law and they enforce the law equally across the board. And this is what's happening to Donald. Who does he think he is? That you and I can answer to those laws. But he can't. And his minions think he is supposed to. So they ran all over the country, lying and deceiving people about an election that was not stolen, but they wanted to. And Donald is perpetuating that narrative to this very day. Excuse me. He's fixated on it because he can't believe he lost. Because he wasn't used to winning. He would still borrow and beg to keep from losing. It's for him to lose an election. He barely won the last one. He didn't get the popular vote in either election. But he convinced himself that his inaugural crowd was bigger than Barack Obama, even with pictures of both by side. That means he saw only what he wanted to see. He heard only what he wanted to hear. One defense counsel said that Donald Trump had to be their worst client. If he's the worst client, excuse me, in a civil proceeding, can you imagine? A criminal proceeding? Because he don't think he has to listen to anybody. Remember during the campaign when he said he had all the answers, he's smarter than the generals? This man, he never wore a uniform. He was never in the military or anything close to it. He wasn't even the security guard. They have to wear a uniform. They have to follow the rules. No, there wasn't any of that. But he smarter than the generals. Hillary Clinton said, "No, you're not, Donald." And stop. You didn't stop. You think you're gonna listen to her? Don't listen to no woman. You don't even listen to his wife. And then, this is what it got me. Well, he said them things because he was trying to protect Melania. No, he wasn't. He didn't care about protecting no Melania. Did he care about protecting his first wife? He took him to the cleaners, got arrested her soul. Don Jr.'s mom, Ivana's mom, whatever that girl's name is. Like all of the names. But that's okay. That's what they named them. It is demented Eric. Sonny, this is a horrible bunch of people. And you put them in the most powerful office, you Republicans. Put this maniac in the most powerful office, arguably in the world. This is country in the world. And he shows you how much he cares about you. Turn around and try to have you killed. Send an angry mob after you. Still, in his speech after he got arrested, when he went to Mar-a-Lago, he's still talking about rhinos. That's a dog whistle. He's still saying he don't care about you. He's jumping out there supporting. 15 times they had to vote in Congress to make Kevin McCarthy Speaker of the House. A man with no backbone is jelly. A handful of people. Think about this. A handful of people held up the United States government for 4 days. Think about that. Wasn't to the 15th they got a speaker. Only because the MAGA wing, which all the people you can put in my hand, agreed to do so. After they got a call from their Lord and Master. Because why she's so stupid. Oh, because she held the phone up so I guess the press could see who was calling. And then had to call to her I don't know what he is doing, but he is her colleague. Matt Gates. Oh man. And Donald said, "Stop being stupid, boy. Vote for Kevin. Let's get this thing over with. We're starting to look ridiculous." After the phone call, Matt gave up for it. The fifth day, we got a speaker. For a week, folks, for a week, this government was held up. Something seriously wrong here. And please pay attention to the action that's happening today in Tennessee. They're trying to oust 3 Democratic state legislators for participating in an anti-violence, anti-gun protest. Right after a mass shooting that occurred in Tennessee. Are the Republicans insane? Well, they're trying to remove them. And they had nerve to equate their action to January 6th. This was nothing but an interaction. People, peaceful protesters. Yeah, these people were peaceful. There are 3 legislators supporting them. They want all 3 of them gone. Tell me we ain't in trouble in this country? Democracy isn't in trouble in this country. MAGA is gonna fool around and not take this country forward. They're gonna end up back in the 1800s. Because we're gonna create another civil war. Be careful of that. Be careful of that. Because people who forget history is doomed to repeat it. Just wanted to share that with you today. Appreciate you being here with me. Have a great day.